Hello, live chatters, mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch. It is, what is it? April 10th, 2022. Can you believe it? I remember in 1970, I was thinking about the year 2000. It seemed light years away. I was only 21 and now I'm 73. Where did the time go, according to Judy Collins? Ismail Gurley, Sonal Gokhari, probably from India. Kevin Wilson from the US. Alex Jones, probably from what? Alex? Ireland? Hey, Lazy Ranch, howdy to you outside of Palm Springs. I like how you spell your last name, Alex, Jonees. Yop. I have no idea what country you're from. DTVidsX20, I think you're from the UK. Yeah. Seattle, wow, right up the, my godson took his kids to the Space Needle. Wow, that was great for them. DX from Italy, I always wanted to go there. Gustava, Roller Girl from Las Vegas, of course. Lori Buckman, Snowy, Idaho. Well, what do you expect? I just started reading The Body Keeps the Score. Wow. Or knows the score, whatever it is. Tejas Monikar from India. Stone Holly, is it really possible to get out of depression? I should know. I've been depressed at least 4 times. I liked your video today. Thank you. Yes, I did a video yesterday called How to Overcome Your Negativity Bias. DTVidsX20, you're from Connecticut. Wow. Good for you. Highest per capita in the country. Wet and damp up here, of course. As I say, my godson, his wife, and his 2 kids are up there today. But it's nice the last 2 days. Hey, Ian Kirkpatrick. I like that name. It's Scottish or Celtic. Gustava from Sweden. Sounds like we're from Mexico. Jason Clulo from, of course, the UK. Yop from the Netherlands. We have an international community here. Well, nice to see you all. Panama, international it is. Well, how many of you people raise your hand if you saw how to overcome your negativity bias? You see, the problem is human beings, and especially depressed people, are more likely to focus on the negative than the positive, right? You remember more the money you lost or didn't when you lost money in stock than when you made money on a mutual fund. The losses always seem to be more registered in our memory. Kank is honestly not that bad despite the volatile weather. Don't think I will ever leave. Well, it's a very nice place. I used to spend time in Old Greenwich, Westport. I knew it very well. I just grew up across the Long Island Sound in Long Island. Can I ask a question, doctor? Yes, you called me doctor. Of course you can ask a question. I'm not a doctor. I'm a patient, but call me anyway, or question me anyway. Yeah, the Space Needle. Never been there. I haven't spent that much time in Seattle. I know it's a cool place. Although it's much rainier and darker than Portland. Richier, I hope I spelled your name correctly. Yesterday's video wins the Richier All-Time Favorite Award. Really? And I like the way you spell favorite with O-U. Noah Webster, when he did the American Dictionary, he took all the O-U's out and the T-R-E's, like theater is T-H-E-A-T-E-R instead of R-E, and favorite doesn't have the U. I need relationship advice. Well, shoot. Grew up in Texas, left 21 years ago, but still have the drawl. Yes, well, I can't hear you. We are 5 times more likely to remember negative than the positive one. Where'd you get that 5 times? I know it's more likely. I'd like to know where you got that statistic. Cloudy and somewhat cold, Alex Jones. Supposed to be a decent week of weather coming up. Well, Connecticut's like New York, isn't it? Where my brother still lives. How can we keep negative thoughts away, especially in the morning? Well, that's where they come, right? You wake up and you can keep them away, but you can respond to them, right? They're intrusive thoughts. They come bam, bam, bam. You know what they're called? A very famous man does quite well for himself financially, named Daniel. Try this here. Does anyone know what ANT stands for? Okay, stands what? By the way, our views, income going down. I don't want to sound like Earl Roberts here, but we definitely could use some donations. Okay, so what does the acronym ANT stand for? ANTS. Whoever knows that will get a free copy of my, what is it? I'll get it for you. I'll show you. Healing from depression and anxiety, self-care activities to improve your mood. Free copy. You can tell me what ANTS stands for. Your psychiatrist told you, well, ask him to check his sources. I don't believe anybody without citations. Central Texas, 91 degrees C. I'm not ready for the heat. Yeah, well, I never was ready for it. I'd never live in Texas. It's also kind of its politics are a little bit too right wing for me. It's a survival instinct. What is? The negative thoughts? Yeah. Healing from depression. I just need help deciding what to do with my life. I feel stuck. Well, do you have a good counselor therapist? Oh my God, Lori Buckman, you win the prize. I think you and I have been in communication. I think you already have this automatic negative thoughts. Okay. So someone said, how do you stop the depressive thoughts in the morning when you wake up, right? Oh my God, I'm thinking negative. What is going on here? I can't stand these negative thoughts. Well, they come automatically, right? ANTS, but you can respond to them. You can say, cancel, cancel. You can get up and do some jumping jacks and get your mind off of it and get some endorphins going. You can just let them go by like clouds, going by in the sky. Remembering bad things keeps you alive. Well, it did when we were on the planes and threats. It doesn't keep us alive now. It just makes life miserable for us. The morning was super rough. Yes, Alex Jones. I'm actually going to do a video called Why Are Mornings So Difficult? Hey, you appreciate depression hates a moving target. You stole that from me. You'll be hearing from my lawyers soon. No, I'm glad you remembered that. For some reason, it doesn't come up with the alert on my phone when this is on. Well, just, every Sunday at noon Pacific time. Sarmad Halaba, yes, I know what you're going to say. Hit the like button. Absolutely. I do not know what's going on. If anybody can do some research and find out why a person's views go down 70%, let me know. Noah Thomas, who's my guru, says I need better, what do you call it? Thumbnails. If you know any software that you can use to make cool thumbnails, that would be great. DT Vids, I'm profoundly depressed right now. I feel very little positive emotion, even around my lovely girlfriend. I would say that's the part that bothers me the most. Still never give up on healing. Of course not. Look, when you're super depressed, it doesn't matter what your environment is like. I remember walking up the Columbia Gorge Angel's Rest in 1996. Bing, 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 bing. I love this place. I love going up to the top. When I got to the top, what did I say to myself? Oh, the view is beautiful. The sky is so new. I thought, maybe I should jump off. But I could never do that. I'm afraid of heights. But yeah, when the brain chemistry, when the circuits are down, life is down. It is Sunday. It is the 10th of August of April. We have 46 viewers. Let's see if we can get to 70. Share this video live stream with friends that could use it. It really helps. Yeah. John, you helped me with intrusive thoughts. Thank you. You're more than welcome. The fight or flight mechanism keeps you alive. Yes. Again, in the old days, negative thoughts destroy you. Well, back in the old days, having a negative reaction to a predator kept you alive. Doug, you're being our elder teacher. Thanks for your work. Junk Junk. Interesting name. Elder teacher. Elder. Well, I don't know. Is 73 elder? You're only as young as you feel, right? Jason Cluo, we still have the old brain circuitry. Rationally came later. It's a bolt on the prefrontal lobe. You're absolutely correct. There's a very famous book about the triune brain. Oh, was it David somebody? Or look that up for me, somebody. It's about the triune brain, the three parts of the brain, the reptilian, the mammalian, and the prefrontal cortex. And you're right. The old brain, the reptilian brain, that's eat or be eaten, right? And that's look at Russia, right? Look at politics, right? People are still in politics and governments, they're still using that primitive part of the brain, and it's got us all messed up. Okay, someone look up a book on the. Guys, I got to kind of slow down. I'm going to burn myself out at the end of this. I have a lot of stuff to do today. So I'm going to just lean back and not give you so much information. Someone look that up for me. Will we? Can we? 42 people watching. Hit the like button. The system doesn't care about your mental well-being. That's all I know. Anyway, look that up, somebody. Well, any jokes? Come on. Jokes. What did I use? Oh, this is from Jason Clulo. I used this on my last video. I don't know much about Switzerland, but the flag is a plus. You have to know what the Switzerland flag looks like. Morning anxiety is very common. When the body wakes up, the adrenal gland pumps adrenaline to the bloodstream, also called cortisol, to get you going. When you wake up, get up. When you get up, stay up to reduce anxiety. Paul D. McLean. Thank you, Jung Junk. And what is the exact name of the book? It's Something in the Triune Brain. Why don't you tell me the exact title? It was a groundbreaking book. Absolutely. I need to get that book out of the library, and I highly recommend everybody. Maris, I love you. Thank you for the €5 donation. My girlfriend resentment towards me and my past depression and character defects. It seems no matter how good I do, she's never present, always responds in the one response that affects my AB. Well, maybe you and your girlfriend need to go into some couples counseling. Yeah, Alex Jones, ketamine therapy is very expensive, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm doing a video on complex PTSD coming up. Triune Brain Wiki, yes. I know, but what's the name of the book? So, who has ever heard of this term? And tell me what you know. Okay, I'm going to go look at my phone. I'm going to ask the question. We are on Google, right? Okay, here we go, guys. What is the name of the book by David McLean on the triune brain? Question mark. Whoops. Yeah. No, I don't even see it. Wow. The Triune Brain and Evolution. I seem to remember it was a different book. No, he had a different book than that. But I guess that's what it is. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it gets called The Triune Brain and Evolution. That's the name of the book. You're right, Junk. I just remember reading about the triune brain that he described. I didn't know the name of the book, but it's worth getting. Okay, so sorry for the little absence. Okay, complex PT, what is it? Yeah, is it like instead of one bad thing that happened to you, it's a lot of little things, bad things? Well, Alison Rogers, you're kind of correct. It's about bad things happening over year after year after year after year after year. It's a childhood filled with bad things: abuse, neglect, verbal abuse, sexual, unstable environment, addiction in the household. Yeah, it's about many, many years of abuse all coming together, and that really makes a mess of the brain and needs a lot of help. DX, all of the people who write here can't control the emotions or avoid negative thoughts that harm us. Well, that's something that every human being has, but with depression, it's more, what can I say? It's more pronounced. Related to your youth, yes, it usually happens. Oh, you can have complex PTSD if you have 5 years in Iraq, right? Someone stole my fruit. I was so shocked it left me peachless. Kelly Burns, that's absolutely horrible. No, the triune brain and evolution is what McLean wrote, and I know what the Dragons of Eden is, but do you know about the dark triad? It usually caused from caregiver abuse. No, I don't know what the dark triad is. I know what the what's the word? Cognitive triad of depression is. JP, haven't been here. My old name is Green Jewel. Nice to hear from you. 3 main points from me in yesterday's video, says Richier. Your friends can help you realize you're not looking at the bright side. Introducing me to Edith Elgar and her book, The Choice. Yes, Edgar. I don't know if it's with an E or an L, but anyway, that book was introduced to me by one of you guys. Yes, complex post-traumatic stress disorder is something I'm doing a very good video on coming up. Hey, Jack Henry from Alberta. Thanks for the videos on Bruce. Yes, you know, I did a tribute to Bruce. A lot of you responded. It's called Remembering Bruce, the Life of an Extraordinary Cat. Posted it a week ago. He died at the age of 13 on September 10th. Joan and I are still grieving. It's weird, says Alex Jones. For years, the docs thought I was treatment-resistant depression, but it turned out to be CPSD. Yes, my godson, exact same thing, treatment-resistant depression, but finally a psychiatrist diagnosed him correctly, complex PTSD. I won't go into details about his early life, you know, for confidentiality, but just imagine, you know, you grew up in a household with your parents are addicted, substance abuse, right? Or they're seriously mentally ill, or there's a lot of violence, or there's a raging alcoholic father, right? What do you call a man with no arms or legs in the middle of a lake? Bob. That's really bad. Armand Dak, hey, keep up the great work. King Dukas, 10 pounds. Thank you so much, man. I really depend on this live chat to, you know, have the income to pay my videographers. Really appreciate it, King Dukas. I haven't heard from you ever. Because you contributed, you come up at the top of the, you know, charts. Do you have a question? Hey, Barrett Knight Mason, one of my favorite YouTube watchers, always making a comment. Hope you're having a nice day. Bruce video was very cute. Animals help us so much. The outside world also helps us, makes life hard. Well, not all of the outside world. Your voice is calming. I am now sitting on a desert island. There's the sea all around me. The sun is setting. It's a beautiful day. I'm hypnotizing myself because my voice is calm. Is that what you meant? No, a lot of people have told me that, junk. I don't know why, but I'm glad it is. Why is it painful to leave OCD? I don't know what you mean by leaving OCD. It's really painful to have it. Happy to listen, King Dugas? Well, just tell me this, with your tremendous generosity. Where in the UK do you live? I like to know where people live. Lazy Eye Ranch, you've talked about your isolation for a long time, and I know it's when you're living off the grid, it's hard to make friends. Hey, Laguy, $13.99 Canadian. Hey, so where is the thank you button on these videos? I need to find out because you said that people can give me thanks and tell me thanks and make additional contributions. That would help. Jason, thanks for your £5. Is the solution treatment for treatment-resistant depression different from ptsd? Yes, it is. There's something called life integration therapy I just learned about. And yes, I'm always hypervigilant around people expecting to be hurt again. That's a symptom of complex PTSD. Alex Jones, there is hope for you. There are therapies that are designed to help people with complex PTSD. I'm only just learning about them, and you'll hear about them on my new video. But yes, if you find the right therapist and the right treatment, you can start healing. Although it's going to take, it's not going to happen overnight because the brain, over years when it's been traumatized by abuse and insanity, it creates grooves like in an old LP record, and it takes a while for the brain to change those grooves, but it can be done. What do you do when friend, relatives, comments trigger negativity? Well, you could ask them not to say those things, or you could go ahead and use your own thought patterns to kind of cancel that negativity. Wales, I would love to go to Wales. I've been to Wales very briefly. I mean, when you stop the compulsions, why is it so painful? Well, I think because people use the compulsions to deal with anxiety, and when you stop them, the anxiety comes up. Wow, lived in Canterbury. Oh God, I love the UK. After brain surgery, I was diagnosed as bipolar, did not respond to meds, and was eventually re-diagnosed with organic mood disorder secondary to traumatic brain injury. off all psych meds but Lamictal, which I'm on, which is a good thing. I've never heard of organic mood disorder, but I can understand what that means. It's not from, circuitry in the brain. It's from a physical injury like TBI. Armin, tremors or some developed anxiety, is it natural? You'd have to go to a good psychologist, but I can tell you that compulsions help with anxiety. If you stop the compulsions, the anxiety pops back up. Gammon fan, I haven't been here in a while. Last I was here, I thought I was having an anxiety attack, but it's now been diagnosed as a hypomanic episode. Yeah, I know those well. I suspect YouTube provides the thanks button. Okay, so how do I get it from them? I guess I have to Google it. Andre Bizjak, COVID of mine related joke. Uh-oh. My air breathing device red lungs does have a malfunction and has a high burning sensation. Now said that I kind of like hot stuff, but really that hot? Andre, didn't quite get it. Hey, Martini, nice to hear from you. All right. By the way, I just saw a very good movie last night. It won the Academy Award for Best Movie. And I wonder if any of you have seen it. It's called Coda, C-O-D-A. Won the Best Picture at the Oscars. It's an amazing movie, I think. Very, very original. Children of deaf parents. Dennis Savchuk. Hi, Douglas. What advice would you give to those Ukrainians who are captured and tortured by the Russians in Mariupol right now? Oh my God, I'd say pray, pray, pray. How can they stay calm? Well, you want to talk about complex PTSD. There it is. Russia is evil. Just like the Nazis, just like, any genocidal country. I don't know what to say except, it's one more case of man's inhumanity to man, or humans' inhumanity to humans. Although men are usually the ones who cause these things. So yeah, I would just say community, trying to support each other. It's hard. I mean, they're in a very, very, very difficult situation where there's really no way out. Hopefully the humanitarian aid and other things will go ahead and help, and hopefully, I don't know, Russia and Ukraine can reach some agreement. I don't know what the way out is. A lot more smarter people than I am are trying to figure it out. Can our body withstand and hold out during anxiety attacks, during intrusive thoughts? Yes, yes, yes. What is your recommendations in tough situations? Lone driving or speech? Well, I have a video. That's my most popular video called, we have 52 viewers. Let's see if we can get up to 70. It's 12:26. We're halfway through. It's called How to Stop Intrusive and it's my video. Take a look at that and you can get some good ideas. And I was told, because I had a hip surgery, I have to get up and walk around every 30 minutes. So in a moment, I'm going to get up and just stretch my legs. Thank you, dear, for answering. No problem. All right, time for the 7th inning stretch after I drink some coffee. This is Douglas Bloch. You are now halfway through the Depression Recovery Hour. I'm known as Pastor Doug because it's a Sunday service. Every Sunday at noon Pacific time, where we answer questions about mental health recovery. We don't diagnose, we don't treat, but we do answer questions and we do create community. Is it better to be lonely and with set people or take people as friends, any people? Well, you want to be around people who are supportive. So that's your criteria. And better have one or two friends than have, a bunch of fair weather friends. But yeah, there are a lot of good people in the world. Just keep trying to attract them. Meetup.com is a very good way to do that. Depression caused social withdrawal and made solitude, socializing depression worse. Any advice? Well, there's a tendency when you're depressed to withdraw, And oftentimes that's the worst thing you do. So you can have to fight against what the depressed mind is telling you, because it sometimes lies about the present and the future. Okay, I'm standing up. Oh my God. Oh. Hey everybody. I'm doing these what are called heel lifts, where you go up and down on your heels. I know it's probably making you a little dizzy, so I won't do it showing you. Do you have any advice for how I can overcome this hypomanic episode? I've tried near everything, but nothing's working. Yeah. Call up a psychiatrist and see what they have to say. There's probably techniques, and you can also probably get on a mood stabilizer. But yeah, reach out for mental health a professional. When you're in a hypomanic episode, I mean, you know, I don't know what the symptoms are. I don't know what's causing it, but definitely reach out for help to friends and especially to mental health professionals. What is good advice to do when you feel stuck in life? Well, again, when you feel stuck, find out the reason why you're stuck and then do something about it. Again, Freud gave us a big gift, the discovery of psychology and talk therapy. It really helps. I would not be here without some good therapists. Barrett Mason, my vote is better to be alone. I have 4 really good friends. I'm very careful who I let in my life. Lazy Eye Ranch says the same thing. I would better have few good friends. I've been hurt deeply by quote unquote friends who bullied me and gossiped about me. My small rural community can be cruel and cliquish. Of course, that's what happens in small towns. You know, people say, oh, the small town is so pastoral and wonderful. No, that's where some of the most, dysfunctional things occur. So much helpful invention by Doug and friends from here. Yes, well, that's why we're here, Lagai. And come on, we got to meet sometime. Come on down to the Northwest. I've been backstabbed. Well, you know what Jean-Paul Sartre said, the great Sartre, the great philosopher, hell is other people, right? But other people are also heaven. That's the paradox, right? Learning to survive alone can be very liberating. Yes, it can, but Barbara Streisand said in Funny Girl, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. So we are social animals, boys and girls, so we need other people, but like you said, have to be very discriminating. Fortunately, I've been very, very fortunate myself in my 73 years. I knock on whatever this thing is. Most people around me have been very loving and supportive, and I can tell you right now, I would not be alive if it were not for that. Allison Rogers, do you think the best thing to do in regards to seeking support from loved ones is to strike a balance between isolation and over-reliance on people? I think that's a good idea. Like in astrology, Aries, Libra, right? You need to be self-sufficient, but you also need to have other people on, to connect with. So yes, it's you need to get a sense of yourself, but you also need to interact with others. Oh yes, Barrett Mason. Yes, small English villages can be dangerous. Oh, I love Agatha Christie. Love, 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 love. I used to watch that on Masterpiece Theater. Yes, that's where all the craziness occurs. Remember she said, under the roofs of these housetops can be some of the most, what'd she say, horrible things taking place. Midsummer Murder, also a great, I love the British. I love their mystery novels. I like Agatha Christie. I like Lord Peter Wimsey. I like, well, that's not who wrote it, but whoever did. I love, of course, Sherlock Holmes. I like all of the British mysteries are fantastic. Hit the like button, you guys. We could use some more people. How many people do we have right here, right now? Hovering at 59, 11 more people to hit our magic goal of 70. So hit that like button. That would be quite wonderful. And again, donations are really the thing that keeps us going. All right, let's see what some of their comments are. Gadden fan, I'm already on medications. My symptoms are that everything makes my heart rate go up. My body's all locked up, waking, going up, downstairs. Well, you definitely need to reach out for medical help. If your heart is palpitating, make sure it's not something medical. And if it's anxiety, go seek out a good psychiatrist or a good therapist. It's hard when you've been let down by people. Yeah, people can let you down, absolutely. But they can also, come in there and help you when you need it. Yeah, 250 people, a town of 250 people. Do you want to talk about a small town? Look, Portland's got 1 million metropolitan area. I live in a beautiful neighborhood in Alameda, about 2 miles from downtown. I like large metropolitan communities if they're unless they're too large, like Mexico City, which has like 20 million. Speaking of which, my good friend's wife is from Honduras, and she's trying to find a way to get to see her sister in Mexico City. You know, I'm not going to solicit money on this page, but if you know of anybody who would like to help someone, you know, connect with their long lost sister, or at least sister that I haven't seen in years, in Mexico City, let me know and I'll send you the GoFundMe page. Okay, so Alex Jones says depression says you're better off dead. No one cares about you, and that's my people would be better off without me. That's one of the lies that depression tells. 53 people. Midsummer Murders is my favorite. Yeah, it's a great show. You already have a psychiatrist? Well, I guess it's time to reach out to them if you're not being able to. If your heart rate's going up and your body's locked up, talk to him or her. Please explain how you are alike and believe in astrology as it's not a science. Barrett Mason, that would take me about an hour. But I'll just tell you, I encountered it when I was 21, 22, and I was under a professional's guidance, and it doesn't make logical sense according to the Western paradigm. No, it's not quote unquote scientific, but it's based on something called synchronicity, as above, so below. All right. Jeff Fiedler says, I've been on Prozac 20 plus years. Blood pressure can go through. Can Prozac do that? I don't know. I've not studied it. Look under side effects, call your pharmacist, and talk to your doctor. Hey Doug, what do you call a man without a nose? Nobody knows. Azalea, I've been suffering from limerence after getting played. It's been months and I can't stop missing him and the need to get vengeance. I don't know what to do. This is affecting my normal life. Thank you, sir. What is limerence? Tell me that. I don't know what getting played. You mean getting played and getting taken advantage of? Anytime you are in a state of emotional turmoil or pain and you don't know how to get out of it, there's one answer I can give everybody. I don't care what the problem is. And here is the common answer. And it has never failed me, and it has never failed any of the people I used to work with in my groups. And here is the common answer. Reach out for support. When you're stuck, you need outside help to get out of it. That's what we're here for. CoQ10, never heard of it? Oh, it's something that people take for the heart. It's a supplement. Oh, I had the same problem. Got on some CoQ10 and vitamin B6. Oh yeah, that's right. Reduced your heart flows. Yeah, I mean CoQ10 is something that helps the heart. Don't know how. No, don't know how. I'm not a doctor, but people do take it. Oh, obsession with someone? Yeah. Well, that's an obsession, huh? An unhealthy obsession. What do you call a man under a pile of leaves? Russell. God, I gotta have better jokes than that. I know I do. Aaron Michaels, sleep is so important. It is the most important thing you need for mental and physical health. I had a good night's sleep last night. It changes your whole look on life. We're down to 44 viewers. What if you don't have support? Well, that's tough. Can you reach out to a therapist online through BetterHelp? Or Talkspace? There's online help and online therapy. Also, you can also call your local crisis line, right? And you can also do Silent Unity. So, if you want to call a wonderful prayer line, Hey, Patrick, nice to hear from you. How's it going with the work? Are they letting you work without a vaccination? We need to talk about nursing school one day. I wondered what happened to that dream of yours. However, this is not original, but don't give up an hour before the miracle. Actually, the original quote from A is don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Armen Dakadai, guys, we're each other's supporters. We are here. We can win. We can overcome any problem. Yeah, I believe that. All right. I like yellow, happy and bright. Well, it's all around the office, right? Have you noticed that? Any thoughts on external versus internal locus of control? Yeah, internal locus of control means you can determine from within how things are going in your life. You're not reacting to what happens to you. External locus of control means other people, other things, other events are controlling you. Obviously, internal is the way to go. Well, if you're obsessed about somebody, again, you can reach out. Hey, Johnny? John Bloch? My blood sugar is dropping, but there's a protein bar right in my desk there. I'm going to grab it. Be right there. You think you're close to the end, guys? Yeah, I know, Alex. Life is very tough. I don't think you're another grain of salt in society, but I do understand your suffering, and I wonder what kind of help you're getting. You recently found out about NAMI DD? Yeah. My local NAMI has community Zoom meetings. They even have a warm line led by Pierce. That's wonderful. What city or state are you in? When you were in your 1996 episode, did you think it was even remotely possible to heal? No, I did not. I was absolutely hopeless, but somehow I stayed alive until I got the help I needed. Well, Aaron Michaels, I think sex is very helpful, and you need to have a healthy sex drive, of course, but sometimes you can have sex and still be depressed. I don't quite get it. I know he was basically slapped. 50 people. 40 minutes after the hour, hit that like button. Want to get back up to 60. Sex is a life force. You're absolutely right. That's why we're all here. Would a scented candle help me? I don't really know. They're nice. Tomorrow, something awesome can happen to your life. Yes, one of the reasons you never give up is you never know what tomorrow may bring. I've been intimate with my partner, and since I'm depressed, it's not that euphoric. That's depression for you. I must trust that will change once I heal from depression, of course. All right. 42 minutes after the hour. You haven't had any sex during this episode, gotten fan? Well, guess what happens? Depression, one of the things it does, it removes, you lose your interest in eating, have problems with sleeping, sex, exercise, all of that goes down the tube. 63 people, hey, let's hit that like button, let's get up to 70. Alcohol is a good way to sleep? Yeah, unfortunately, it actually disrupts your sleep. Not recommended before bedtime. All right, let's have some good questions. Again, I wanted to let you know that my video yesterday, which I think was really good, helped a lot of people. And I'm going to put it down here in case you haven't seen it. What do you think about ACT therapy? I think it's very good, Jennifer. Acceptance and commitment therapy. All right. The guy says, Alex Jones, are you on the What's Up app? Hey, Cheryl Daniel, I was just reading about the adverse childhood experiences test. I scored 8 out of 10. Higher scores put a person at higher risk to PTSD. You're absolutely correct. Cheryl Daniel, thank you. That's an excellent, excellent suggestion. And where do you get that test? I know about adverse childhood experiences. Let me know where people can get the test. Try melatonin for sleep, warm milk or chamomile tea, aromatics. Very good thought. 65 people, 5 more to 70. Let's hit that like button. There are some people who don't have libido, says Lazy Ranch, and that's okay too. Asexuality is part of the LBGTQIA. Now I know I'm not broken. It's a relief to know that there are others like me who don't want or need sex. There you have it. Different strokes for different folks. This is weird, but do you ever want to leave your body when you're depressed? Absolutely. When you're seriously depressed, it's too painful to stay in your body. But guess what? You got to hang in there, Alex. 68 people. Wow. Just 2 more. Okay, Alex, you know why you have to hang in there? These 4 magic words. They have saved my life on many occasions, and you've all heard them. This too shall pass. You hit the thumbs up, James in Ottawa, Canada. Well, thank you. We have 68 people. I saw that video of yours yesterday when I was out on my walk. Got a fan. Glad you did. Desire for life, anything that pushes to live. You're right, the survival instinct is what keeps us here. Well, Alex, I know you've got a lot of symptoms. Again, the question I ask you is, what kind of help are you receiving? I just find it so interesting that you were completely hopeless in your 1996 episode, says DTVidsX20, and you found a way to heal naturally through a loving community. I must trust I can do the same. Look, here's the deal, DTVidsX20. You will find a healing some way. It may not be the way I did, if you just ask for it. Remember, set the intention to heal. I think you said you emailed me, right? What is your email address? Put it down there so I can find it. I get hundreds of emails a day. I'll send you the exercise called Setting the Intention to Heal. So when you're seriously depressed, you don't have to know how you're going to get better. You just need to know that you want to get better. I'm going to say this again. It's very important. When you're seriously depressed, you don't have to know how you'll get better. You just have to want to get better. And you have to create an image of what healing would be like, even if you don't believe it's possible, even if you believe it's impossible, even if you believe there's not a shred of hope in the world, you still have to call upon your desire for healing. And if you do that and you reach out for help and you try a bunch of different things, eventually you'll get out of it. I absolutely promise you. I have been seriously ill with depression when I was 18, when I was 25, when I was 32, when I was 47, when I was 65. That's 5 depressive episodes, 2 of which almost cost me my life. I came out of all of them, and my brain has been completely restored, at least at this point, right? 69 people, 1 more person, 1 more like. So, again, DT Vids, you may not heal in the same way I did. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know how. You just need to know why. And better than that, you need to know, I want healing. I want to live. I want health. There's something in the universe that will come and assist you if you really pray and ask, and you also do your part, which is to get out of bed and do what it takes to change your brain chemistry. Not easy, I know. Oh, Doug, you're so dear to us. Great chat today. Well, thank you, little guy. Again, we got to meet sometime. Breathing techniques are so important for panic attacks. Absolutely, Aaron. Good work. What if this hypomania never ends? It has to end. That's the whole definition of hypomania. Bipolar is up and down. That's what it is. It's been going on months for no end in sight. Every time I think I'm getting better, it turns out I'm not. Well, that happened with me with depression. So again, how do you know you're hypomanic? If you talk to a doctor, if you talk to a therapist, are you getting treatment? Look, if you guys had a broken bone, would you sit around, complaining about your broken bone? You'd go to the hospital, right? If you had a serious infection, you'd go to the hospital. If you had pneumonia, you'd go to the hospital. Well, depression is more destructive than all of those things put together, right? Because you don't take your life if you have a broken bone or depression, pneumonia. But when you're depressed, you think about it. So we just have to go ahead, and if we're stuck, we need to seek help. I said it once, I'll say it a million times. Armin Dakodai, I think panic attacks can be managed. There's no guarantee they'll never happen again. Yep. It's all about managing. And there's the rest of my protein bar there. I'll tell you guys, it takes a lot of energy to keep this up for a whole hour. So sometimes I just need to take a break. Yes, you make a good point, Lagai. People who are depressed think that death will solve their problems, but you don't know what happens after death. It could be worse, right? There is no guaranteeing that dying can make things better, right? What about people like Miss America who took her life? She was a lawyer and smart woman. Depression does not discriminate even for high achievers. Yeah, look at Robin Williams, right? Look at Anthony Bourdain, right? Look at Kate Spade in 2018. They both died by suicide like 4 days apart. So, yes, the thought of death can bring comfort. That's what Nietzsche said. It's gotten them through many a hard night. And I have to say that when I was super depressed, 71 people, thank you everyone. When I was super depressed, I would think about dying. I would think about ending my life. I'd say, wow, if things continue to be this way and get worse, I can always take my own life. But you know what? Every time I came to that precipice, I pulled myself back. Now, why did I do that? There were 3 reasons I did that. The first reason I pulled myself back and didn't jump off the precipice, number 1 was I didn't want to hurt the people I lived. Question for the session above. Thank you, Douglas. I'll look at it in just a minute. Thank you, Roller Girl. I meant number 2, I didn't want to hurt people. Number 2, I was afraid of death. I didn't think that death would necessarily solve my problem. And number 3, I happen to believe in reincarnation as a quasi-Buddhist. And I said, any problem I have that I'm thinking of getting rid of by dying, it's just going to return when I come back again. So I realized that death would not solve anything and it would hurt a lot of people. I've lost people to suicide. I know people have. It doesn't end the pain, it just passes it on to someone else. And that is the truth. But yeah, Laura Girl, you're absolutely right. Depression does not discriminate. Absolutely. You can be poor, you can be rich, you can be black, you can be white, you can be Jewish, you can be Catholic, you can be Hindu, you can be Buddhist. 800,000 worldwide end their lives every year. That's about 1 every 20 or 30 seconds. And 48,000 people in America, that's about 1 every 11 minutes. So in the hour that we've been on here chatting, 6 people in the USA have ended their lives. I think that's a tremendous tragedy. And in the New Yorker, which is probably the best magazine in America, maybe the world, a great human being, Andrew Solomon, who wrote The Noonday Demon, a book everybody should read, just wrote something about child suicide. I haven't read the article, but he's absolutely phenomenal. Someone's going ahead and calling me. Well, I'll call them back in 8 minutes. All right, Makalasa. When you guys come in with these interesting names, it would be really cool to let me know where you're from. Thank you, DT Bids X20, $2.99. 75 people looking. We're entering some very, very important territory here. You're right, Aaron Michaels. What we see, what we hear, what we affect around us affects our brain. Looking at sad movies and sad songs will make you sad. Absolutely, Aaron Michaels. So, I want to talk to DT Bids again. Yes, I was hopeless for 9 months. Every day I wondered if it would be my last. But I decided that I could not hurt other people. I could not impose my suffering upon them. And so I just said to myself, I'm going to get through the next 24 hours, one day at a time. One day this nightmare will end. One day this torment will end. One day this agony will end. And on July 14th, 1997, a group of 12 people came together in the spiritual community. They held a vision of my recovery, my healing. They kept holding it day after day, week after week. They read this wonderful affirmation I created. And well, 3 days later, I felt a shift. 30 days later, I was about 80% better. 90%, 90 days later, there were no symptoms. So that's what happened. Healing came in an unexpected way, and it can happen for you. Pablo Vasquez, hey. Lovely, lovely name, Pablo. From New Jersey, one of my favorite places. I grew up across the river in New York. Thank you for your $10 donation. Really appreciate it. Making yourself useful can help. Oh my God, yes. People need to feel useful, don't they? Look, human beings, I don't care what's going on in Ukraine or everywhere else, that's the dark side of humanity. There's another side of humanity. People need to feel helpful. They need to feel useful. They need to feel connected. Human beings are alive because we cooperate. And I believe that the power of love, power of cooperation is stronger than the power of hate and dissension. It may not seem that way if you read the papers. I guarantee you, that's why we're still alive. Yes, you're absolutely right. The guy, pornography never helped anything. What books do you recommend to rewire your brain to make a hero? Well, I have to tell you, I recommend my book, Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood, right? That's one book I recommend. There are so many good books out there about emotional mental healing. I mean, there's never been a better time to be mentally ill, I tell my clients. Bear Mason, he's 30 years old, schizophrenic, can get very agitated. Oh yeah, that's your son. Good for you, Lazy Eye Ranch. That's good, being a good mother. Someone said problems are a chance to show what you're made of. Without that, how would you get the opportunity? That's absolutely true, Nicole. We grow through our problems. Charles Lindbergh is the Buter intolerable. Didn't Charles Lindbergh fly across the Atlantic? I didn't know he was still alive. As long as you're breathing, there's hope. Love all. Thank you, DT Vids. You're going to come out of this and hang in there with your girlfriend. Kelly Burns, Aaron Michaels, I too love Buddhism and Hindu meditations. Kundalini Yoga has been a lifesaver. Yep, not for everybody. So, you love the book, you have the book, thanks a lot. So what was I going to write? I was going to write something really, really important and I forgot it. But it is all about don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, right? I'll put it right here. Don't give up 5 minutes. This is from Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay, someone asked a question about what books can make you a hero and heal you. I will give another book. It's an excellent book on anxiety. The best I've seen. It's called Rewire the Anxious Brain, written by two psychologists, and it's an excellent, excellent book. Recommended to anybody dealing with anxiety. Electronic Tech, thanks for the shout out. Oh, 70 people, thanks to the guy. Do you believe in the power of now? Yes, of course, that's all there is. All we have is the present. All right. Any interesting comments in the 3 minutes we have left? You are listening to the audiobook, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It says Electronic X-Text, which is on YouTube for free. It's mind-blowing. He talks about the pain body, yep. That's part of the ego, yep, yep. Yes, we all have a pain body. When you're depressed, that pain body takes over, but it's not all of who we are. Carrie, nice to hear from you again. Senior citizens living alone are higher risk. Widow, divorced, never been married. Seniors need help. Absolutely. I'm a senior. I don't feel like a senior, but I have a lovely wife named Joan who's just an incredible person. And I'm very fortunate to have her. And I did have Bruce before he died. All right. Charles Andrzejewski. Alex, I don't know the sources of your pain, but I understand your pain. You're not alone. You're a wonderful creation, and no one is the same like you, a very unique person, just like each snowflake. Thank you, Charles. You always have such wonderful things to say. I always like reading your comments on my channel. Yes, watching porn is one of the worst things you can watch. It rewires your brain to become numb, but I can't tell you what a problem it is in this culture. A lot of people in pain in this culture. A lot of people reaching out sometimes for the wrong things to try to feel better. It's very, very tempting. Addiction is very tempting. Porn, heroin, methamphetamine, alcohol, Oxycontin, you name it. All very tempting, but all they do is cause problems in the long run. Do you have any advice for someone that struggles with relaxation? Yeah, go read that book, Rewire Your Anxious Brain. Deep breathing, listen to good music, hydrotherapy, hot tub, warm shower, chamomile tea, a lot of things you can do. And I will recommend one of the books. It's been around for at least 3 decades. It used to be the only book on anxiety worth reading. I'm sure it's still in print. It's probably sold over 1 million copies. I know it has. And with this, I'm going to sign off after I give you this okay, I'm a treasure of resources, or treasure trove, right? And I even remember the guy's name because my mother had a good memory, and so do I. The Anxiety and Phobia Workbook. If you want to know ways to relax, read that book. Electronics Tech, angels walk among us, and you're an Earth angel. Well, thank you. I'd rather be an Earth angel than a Venus angel. Renee McCoy says to remember we're not really alone, even though it may feel that way at times. Good thoughts to all. Thank you, Doug. My animals keep me going, says Lazy Eye Ranch. Yes, they're wonderful. And Josh Joe, nice to hear from you again. Intrusive thoughts are just thoughts. That's all they are. Absolutely. They're just thoughts. I'm sorry you feel that way, Alex Jones. I think everybody is beautiful in their own way, so I wouldn't say you were ugly to women. As soon as you stop caring, they go. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to be, to be kind of dispassionate. Just watch the intrusive thoughts and not hold on to them or try to push them away. But that is a very, very good technique. Well, it's 1 minute after the hour. Nice to be with you until next week. I want to again recommend my video, how to overcome. Oh, what is the name of the video? I think it's called How to Overcome the Negativity Bias. What about the fear of becoming suicidal? Well, if you have that fear, then obviously you're in pain and you need to get help. All right, so what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to go look at the video that I'm going to recommend, because we'll find out in a minute, won't we? How to Overcome Your Negativity Bias. Yep, that was the video that I posted yesterday. A lot of good tips. Remember, just because we are predisposed to be negative, we don't have to stay that way. We have the power of free will. I know I'm 29 and still alone. Well, it's tough. Being alone is tough, but you're very young. You're not hideous, Alex Jones. And that's the first thing you have to say, cancel. That is absolutely not right. You've internalized that from the abuse you received. I want you to go, well, you probably can't do this, but I want you to look in the mirror and just look at you straight in the eyes and say, I'm a beautiful individual. Probably impossible for you to do that. Again, get help, find a therapist, find a counselor, find a psychiatrist. But yeah, you're not hideous. That's just the lies you've been fed. All right. So you guys can talk for the next 10 minutes. If you still want to make a donation, that would be wonderful. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week. Yeah. 29 is so young, 40 is a good age for many. I'd give anything to be 40 again. But anyway, time marches on, right? What can you do? Someone said, I know you're kind of, upset that you're in your 70s, but think of the alternative. You could be dead, right? All right. So much for that cheerful Woody Allen technique. Again, set the intention to heal. If you want to get well, you will. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. I don't want to hurt myself. It's just a fear. Well, just let that fear come and go. It's just a thought. And just tell yourself, just because I'm afraid of it doesn't mean I have to do it. All right. See you guys next week. I wish you the best in mental health recovery. Electronic text, I love your name. Talk to you next week.